I do know is that we've seen a lot of good movies. There's been some bad. Um, and a lot of the movies have those kids in them. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Troy, who's a good kid cinema horror movie kid that did all the things it needed to do?
You know what? I'm glad I'm getting first in these because I'm gonna just go straight for it. Damien.
Oh,
Ooh.
yeah.
Yeah, he did everything. I mean, and this is interesting because especially if we're talking about the first Omen, this kid was young, but he was able to like play the creepy role so well. Like he didn't even really put any words together, but his just demeanor, like that time when they were trying to take him in the church, like he pulled off the "No, I don't want to go." No, he pulled it off perfectly. So for me, at the top of the list is Damien.
Wow. Who's on the bottom?
And this is the thing. I really didn't come up with any kids that I just did not like
It's
in a
hard.
movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Blake can, I'm
mean,
sure.
yeah,
Blake is
yeah,
like,
that's what we need to hear from. Because like me, I
that's
couldn't
why
come up
I'm
with any
waiting to get to
I
him.
couldn't come up with any kids that I just hated. Like, okay, like this kid sucked in this role. So I guess I don't have anybody at the bottom.
Well, that is very kind of you because children are our future and we should not bash them like Blake is going to. So
I'm
we'll
There
go
we
with
go.
not
we'll
gonna.
we'll go with Bree next. Bree, who's a shining star kiddo that really conveyed the message of terror to you?
Okay, so my worst kid in a horror movie is going to be everyone's favorite child star, Macaulay Culkin, also
Oh,
known as Henry Evans in The Good
The
Son.
Good
Do you remember
good
son.
there you
that
son?
go. There you go.
movie?
Yeah. Yes.
That
Man.
movie blew my mind because it's like it's the kid from Home Alone and it's like the other kid from the 90s, which is, Frodo, Elijah
Yeah.
Wood, and basically
Yeah.
they're like cousins. And I think it was like his mom died and his dad
Yeah, he had
sent
to
him over there
come.
just for winter break. It wasn't even for a whole year, it was just for winter break.
Yeah.
And like from the get-go, I knew that movie was going to be chaos because he's like, Macaulay Culkin's like, hey, Elijah, let me introduce you to my friend. His friend's Mr. Highway, and he throws this dummy over an
That was
overpass,
bad.
causes this multi-car accident. I'm like, this movie's like 20 minutes in. That kid was just pure evil. And I'm just sitting there
Evil.
going, it's the kid from Home Alone doing it. That was the scariest.
Yeah.
So
You know,
that'd
when they
probably
were
be.
when they were hanging on that cliff at the end,
Yes.
I mean, everybody, when she let go, everybody was like,
Yep. He was
I would
pure
have let go
evil.
too.
Yeah.
I think I would have let go too. I know I love him. Look, I've
Gotta
left him
make a
home
choice.
alone. I've left him home alone a couple of times. I know he's
Yeah.
frustrated and angry.
Yep.
He's been going through some things. But when he put the little sister in the
Yes.
ice and she froze over underneath,
Yeah.
that was terrifying. That boy was
Yeah.
Nice
bad.
one.
Let him
Heck yeah.
go. Let him go.
Yep. He was so bad.
Woo, he was bad. He was
And I
bad.
think that's what made the movie so like stick out so much because I mean it was in the same era. We just watched
Yeah.
this kid in Home Alone,
Yeah,
and now
yeah.
he's like a murderous bastard. You know what I mean? So
Hmm.
it's just like so it was awesome. I like the way, and it was good for him as an actor to change it up like that.
I'll
Yep.
agree. I'll agree. Bree, do you have a bad one? Do you have one that
I think I did this wrong. So I thought it was like worst kid, and then I thought it was the best kid. So my best
whatever you
kid,
feel in your heart,
I'll
whatever
just
you want?
Yeah.
I'll tell you that I put the best kid. It was from 2018's Halloween. My guy Julian, the little black kid. He was
Oh,
on the
okay.
movie for like three
Yeah.
minutes.
Yeah.
He was awesome. He was funny. He was charming, and he did what we want everybody to do in a Halloween movie. He
Right.
saw the bad guy and he ran for his life.
Oh shit!
And he
He's
was
like, you better
awesome. I
run,
love that kid.
Steve. I remember like when he ran past the boyfriend.
He
I'm
ran
like,
past
dude,
the
you better
girl.
get the hell out of here, dude.
Yes,
Seriously.
he was gone.
Out of there.
I love that
Just
kid.
like, that boy right there, he had something special. He
Yeah.
got out of there just like he should have. I told him
Yes.
he was raised right. He was raised
Hmm.
right and knew when things like that occur, you run, you get out of there.
Yep.
Absolutely.
That's what you do. It's a good lesson. So, Blake, who's your best horror
Um,
kid?
I was gonna say Macaulay Culkin as well in The Good
Oh.
Son as my best
Okay.
because that was like terrifying because it's like just a regular kid. The
Right.
things that they would just do, and you like might know a kid or have seen a kid that thought that way before.
Yeah.
That stuff is scary. That felt real. That felt like that was something that was actually going on, and he played it well.
Yeah.
But for my worst kid, I don't know if anybody just watched I believe it's called The Deliverance.
my God.
Oh no.
I already know about
Me, Damien. That little not just matter of fact, all them kids.
Yes.
Just the dumb things that they did step by step.
They were
and just-
possessed.
yeah, I know, but you weren't like scaring me and possessed. You're just beating your head on stuff for no reason.
No reason.
Like everything, like just how, why? None of it's just dumb stuff. And when they got out of it and they're like normal, nobody saying nothing. No one wanted to speak.
Y'all don't want to
just
talk about
act
that
like-
time you pooped on the floor in your teacher's classroom and picked it up and threw it at her?
Yes.
Do we want to talk about that?
Her mouth
Yeah.
was open. She was like, ah! It's like, it's terrible. It was those kids didn't scare me. They annoyed me.
Yeah.
They were supposed to
There
be
you
something
go.
that it was like, oh, and they're like pulling up. I didn't care. I was like, is there no one in this hallway? Like, no one sees this kid ripping at his chest. It was like, oh, like you didn't even put anybody in there to get scared at the things that they were doing. They just did it by themselves. No one even saw it. Like, that's not scary.
That's
It's not,
hard.
yeah.
So I guess
Yeah.
you didn't like Deliverance. Is that where you're going with that?
It was all right. I'll just say, okay.
It wasn't bad to me. I mean,
It wasn't bad.
Oh my God.
Oh, you
Stop
didn't like it? Oh, what was wrong with it, Bree?
Like all of it. Like
All
Oh,
of it.
man.
star.
Listen, the
It was
only part
bad.
that I would say was a little questionable was when the boy was climbing on the walls or whatever, and Monique was just standing there like,
That's what I'm saying.
look at you.
Yeah.
Look at and he just calmly walks out.
Like, yeah, I gotta go. He climbing up on the walls. I
Yeah,
gotta go.
Wow.
And
I'm glad I have
Monique
not-
doesn't care
I have
about
not
the kids so
subjected
much.
myself
She
to
sure
this.
did
Yeah,
not
don't
show
waste
up
your time.
again in the rest of the movie after the kid climbed on a wall.
Listen, Troy, it is not that bad. Don't let Blake tell you. There
Well-
was some good classic moments.
I mean,
feel
there's
like
some lines in that movie.
there
Like,
are some
sure,
lines.
hey,
Definitely
those-
some line.
It was probably
like, you know what I'm
played
talking about.
ad nauseum
Yeah.
over Facebook. You know, like the
Yeah.
one scene that they keep playing over and over. I'm sure that was
Yeah,
the highlight of the movie.
maybe.
Well, the funny thing is, I didn't see the clip before that. I just watched the movie regular and had no idea that was in there. So when I saw it, I almost was done. I was like,
I might turn this shit off, bro.
I said, I knew that was going to happen. I was like, that's going to be it. I was like, that's what we're going to hear about. And sure
Yeah.
enough, that's what everybody was saying. So, it was for the sake of the star power that was in it.
Mhm.
I appreciated that. And I felt like everybody did the best with what they were working with.
I agree.
Mhm.
I'm
I
not going.
mean,
I'm
it
not
got
gonna-
to a point. It got to a point where it kind of teeter-tottered with like a Hallmark Halloween movie at times, like kind of almost.
Yeah.
Tried to push it a little bit, but I don't know. It gave me like if Tyler Perry had have made a horror movie, but better. I say better,
Better
but
than
Tyler Perry just got an idea though.
I hope he makes it. It was supposed to be a
And
true
y'all better
story,
be
right?
ready. Yeah, it's supposed to be
It's
true.
a true story. That's what okay.
yeah.
I don't know. I mean, you would
I
think
don't
a
know
true,
either.
you would think
Yeah.
a true story had to be good.
Yeah.
I was like, this is my
They
story.
like
How y'all gonna
add
say this
to
ain't
it.
good?
They like add to it to make it good. You know what I mean? Like they
Yeah.
like dramatization or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I have not subjected myself, and I guess I'll wait.
Well, I think that you should try it out. It's not terrible. It's just not the greatest. But I will say my greatest horror movie kid is actually we need to talk about Kevin.
Oh
Kevin?
yeah.
What was it?
Yes.
Ezra. What's his name?
It's Ezra.
Yeah, Ezra Miller.
Yeah.
Miller, yeah. He was a very disturbing young man that
Yeah.
had me feeling uncomfortable the whole entire movie, like just anticipating what he was going to do and how uncomfortable he would make situations and his mother.
Which movie is this?
We need to talk about Kevin.
Yeah, it's like
Oh,
yeah, it's good.
yeah, I haven't
Yeah.
seen
It's
that
good.
one.
Yo, you need to see it. You need to see
And
it.
who was
I'm glad.
Ezra Miller was in it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this we're
Yeah.
talking about the dude who played the Flash, right?
hmm
Yeah. He's
hmm
like
Oh,
younger.
Yeah,
oh yeah.
so he's a young kid, and so I'm glad that you said that you hadn't seen it, so I won't spoil it.
Yeah.
But it's her son, and they've got
Mhm.
this very complicated relationship that you kind of through like these weird flashes and things like that, it kind of gives you an idea of where their relationship comes from. But the relationship, like the kid is,
Yeah.
he is twisted, and he
He's like
just
demented, and
yes,
there's
and
all
he
these signs.
Ooh, and she just battles with it all of the time, and the mom and the dad, and it's a very disturbing picture
Yeah.
that lingers with you afterwards, for sure. So he by far, like to me, with the exception of Macaulay Culkin and Good Son, very similar but very different at the same time.
We know that he was crazy anyway, or is crazy
Anyway,
anyway,
he
you
Yeah.
was
know.
he pulled it.
So, but that's usually the type that can like
Play those
really,
parts.
yeah, like can pull into the artistic side, but it turns out they're like a whack job. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so it's crazy.
Yeah, but that's true though. That is true. Sometimes it's just like I'm not acting. That's why this is easy and you're impressed.
Yeah.
But that's okay. That's okay. Everybody
Right.
works out their things. Ezra ain't done what Kevin does in this movie.
Yes. It's a lot.
It is a lot.
It
It
is a
is a
lot.
lot, but you definitely need to check that out, Troy, because it is a
Yeah,
doozy.
I need to look into that one.
It is a doozy.